Africa is a Canadian company. Recon Africa is an oil company, they are a business company. They do not care about the environment, they are just in it to get it. So if anything has to happen, Recon Africa will not clean after it.
Projects like this have never really taken place in Namibia. It has not been considered, right? And so that means that you can bend the rules quite a bit because they don't have a lot of protective legislature or policies in place to really strictly regulate these kind of activities. So you go there, you take advantage of that opportunity and you make the most money that you can, which is 90% profit, of course.
At the site, at the village where they are, they could openly inform the fracking, the whatsoever. Though they are saying in other talkings, there's no fracking that is going to happen. I will not. What's fracking? I will not know.
It clearly states in the research report that the initial target is unconventionals, and the secondary target is conventionals.
Who do you believe? Do you believe your local government, who has disappointed the nation many times before in regards to natural resource management? Or do you believe a company that, I mean, for me, seems to be telling the truth to their investors, which is that there's a potential unconventional play that will take place in the Kavango Basin?
It's very explicit. In fact, I think I can quote it almost verbatim on page 21. It says their initial target is unconventional with potential conventional upside, which basically means their primary target, is the unconventional play.
All the scientists that are sort of have background in the fossil fuel industry and how it works know that for you to extract that much oil, that's potentially 120 billion barrels of oil, there will be fracking activities that will be needed.
It takes like a massive volume of potable or fresh water, and then you have to mix it with all sorts of pretty fancy chemicals, and like I said, like sand and glass beads and all these things to really do an effective hydraulic stimulation of the well. And then you have to flow all of that water back to the surface. So it doesn't stay down there, it flows back to the surface, and then you have to get rid of it because it's highly toxic.
Most of the area here, we are using underground water through the drilled borehole. Once the water is contaminated, these trees that are using the water, the tree will be dry. Once the tree is dry, the grass also will dry. If this natural resources is dried, our livestock and we who depend in subsistence farming, we will not cultivate again because the soil also will lose its fertile. Then nothing will grow in the soil, and it will be a disaster to human life, our livestock, our wildlife. We will lose. Once we lose wildlife, the income generation activities also will be gone.
The cost to clean up that water just doesn't make sense economically, so it's not done. There may be attempts at it, but effectively it kills the economics of the play. So effectively you have to dispose of that water after. So in this way, like one of the biggest resources when it comes to unconventional wells is the water usage. And I think specifically for Namibia being such a water scarce country and water being such an important resource for all of the wildlife and then communities that live in Namibia, this is one of my biggest concerns.
If Recon Africa does find oil in the Kavango, these people will have to be relocated because of the health hazards that come with oil drilling, and these people will have to leave community land that they have inherited for generations and I don't think it's something they understand now.
The Namibian government, who says that it's illogical, it is, I mean, all sorts of insults, saying that we can't be contemplating and be concerned about the fracking activities because the company has not yet applied for it. And our argument is we are not waiting for the company to apply for it. We are asking you to immediately ban fracking. It cannot happen at all.
Prior to starting their exploration drilling program, there's been very heightened community concern about this project because it was basically unknown. The general public didn't know about this until the drilling rig was on the boat, basically coming to Namibia.
So they went behind the people's back and got everything done without consulting the people that lived in the region.
The ground level was not done properly. Even as we stand, a proper community meeting in the Mbambi village, it was not done up to now.
In Africa, the way he obtained the land, it was not procedural. Yeah. They just maybe get permission from the government without consulting the people on the ground.
Consultation meeting was supposed to be at the village, the community in Bambi. That was the next day now.
Yes.
So they failed to do that. They postponed, they cancelled the meeting of going there. As we were there waiting for them.
When the equipment arrived, then the 11th of January, the drilling started. While people still waiting for the meeting before everything to start.
One of the drilling site was on, it was not too far from where the community was living. And when we spoke to the lady that lived close to there, she said that Recon Africa did not tell them that they were coming to put up their drilling camps there. They just woke up the next morning and they just found people starting to move in.
We wanted us to be provided with the attendance list and the consent letter from traditional authority, plus the minutes of those meetings where Recon Africa did consultation meeting with the community that led them to get clearance certificate. Recon Africa failed to provide all these supportive documents that we wanted to see.
Why isn't Recon Africa having a head office in Windhoek? Because they don't plan to stay. Recon Africa does not plan to stay. Recon Africa is just planning business here. They do what they want to do and then they leave. They don't plan to stay. They do not have any connection with Namibia.